Hong Ying said, "It's inconvenient for us to be subordinates and suspect how the chief behaves. I have been coming to Flying Dragon Castle for more than 10 or 20 years, 3 times before and after. The castle owner suddenly changed his style for a period of time as if he became another person. This is the 4th time. Maybe the castle owner wants to change himself. I mean, I hope you will talk less during this period of time, so as not to hurt the harmony." Jian Pingguan nodded and said, "The chief manager has a good point. Every time the castle owner suddenly changes his policy, I am the only protector of the law, and I never say the second sentence, although sometimes opinions are inevitably different, but endure it and pass. We can't damage the name of Flying Dragon Castle." Yu Langsheng said, "Maybe it will return to normal in 2 months. I don't care about everything about the castle lord, we have been fine for so many years. I'm worried about that Yang Daxai. He came too suddenly, and we can't figure out where he came from. Now he is locked up here. If he is a decent person, we Flying Dragon Castle will be sorry for others. His brother has died in the castle. If this brother dies in the castle again, I think Flying Dragon Castle will have to lose soldiers." Hong Ying said, "Yes, I also think this matter is unusual. These 2 twin brothers, there is a bit of a problem." Jian Pingguan said, "That guy is not afraid of my 99 soul-chasing palm, and he also uses fingering to break my iron cloth shirt. You think he is only 10 years old? He is so good. If it is his master, then he still has it. I want to ask the castle master to release him, otherwise the old one will come. We may not be able to finish eating and go around." Jian Pingguan was pointed at Xiaoxie twice, swallowing bitterly. He had long been afraid of Xiaoxie, a monster, not to mention his old man. Hong Ying said, "Chief Protector, you are right. I think this pair of brothers may be the apprentices of Wu Yang Bukong, and only his medical skills can fight against the world's poison, and only his great compassion finger can break your iron cloth shirt, and his flying knife may be taught by a famous teacher. If we kill him, it will not be good for this fort. Tomorrow we will recommend releasing him, so as to reduce a layer of unnecessary worries." Yu Langsheng said, "The chief manager said very well, but the castle lord has behaved abnormally in the past few days. Maybe he will not let him go, and he will be killed, so what should we do?" Hong Ying said, "I can't control this so much. When the subordinates only offer advice and persuasion, the trade-off still depends on the castle owner himself. As long as we do our best, I think the castle owner will know our hard work." Jian Pingguan said, "We Flying Dragon Castle has been towering in the rivers and lakes for decades without decay, all relying on everyone's efforts and acting properly, and the grievances are clear." Hong Ying said, "Life and death are fate, and wealth is in the sky. We do our best to wait for the destiny of heaven, and sometimes people can't think too much, otherwise there are many things that cannot be done. You go out to patrol early, and I will also go to the castle master to see if there is any dispatch, and by the way, mention the matter of Yang Daxai." Everyone got up and said goodbye to each other. The steward walked to the backyard castle owner's residence. Soon he was in a study in the backyard. "Fort master, my subordinates have something to see," Hong Ying said. "Lord Zibao." Hong Ying stepped into the study. When the castle lord saw Hong Ying coming, he put down the hairpin in his hand and said with a smile, "Chief Manager Hong, please sit down." "Lord Zibao." Hong Ying bowed and moved to sit on the chair on the left. The castle lord said, Chief Administrator Hong came to me early in the morning. What is the important matter? Hong Ying said, the castle master, it's not a secret. The day before yesterday, the castle lord suddenly ended the yellow flag's attack on the Shenyu gate was a bit hasty. Did the castle lord have other plans? The castle lord smiled and said, I haven't figured out what to do yet, but I think it's better to end it early, because I have to cherish any disciple in this gang, and I can't just let them fight hard, so I stopped this matter. Hong Ying said, the castle lord's words are good, but the enemy has already ridden on our heads, we should react, and brothers, would rather die than suffer this kind of anger. The castle lord smiled and said, don't worry, Mr. Hong, I have already informed the yellow flag altar master to negotiate with them. If they don't consider our face again, we will make another plan. Don't you think that after only 10 or so battles, 300 or 400 brothers have been lost? How can I bear it? Sometimes I really want to give up the Jiangnan region and withdraw to the yellow flag territory to save the lives of my brothers. Hong Ying couldn't wait until the negotiation results were concluded, and he asked, do you want to wait until the negotiation has a result? The lord of the castle said, yes, only in this way can we be worthy of the brothers. I know that the brothers have suffered a lot of forbearance, but our gang can stand in the rivers and lakes for decades without falling, not only force, in addition to force, but also have the heart of forbearance. Only forbearance is the most important factor. Hong Ying said, the lesson of the castle master is that there is another point. How does the castle master think that the great evil thing should be dealt with more appropriately? The castle lord said, I'm also worried about this matter. The previous Yang Xiaoxie has died in the castle, and now I'm afraid I can't. I want to find out his origin first. Hong Ying said, my subordinates are afraid that he is the descendant of Huanya Yuki, or it is related to Floating Flower Palace, which is too serious. The castle lord said, I think if this is the case, this castle is doomed to disaster. The reason why I have kept him is here. If Ouyang Bukong or the Floating Flower Palace find it, Flying Dragon Castle may not be able to stop these people. It is better to treat Yang Daxai well first, let him eliminate a lot of hatred for us, and then let him out. Isn't it great? When Hong Ying heard this, he understood the real intentions of the castle lord and said, the castle lord is really wise and wise. As for his origin, his subordinates will do it. The castle lord said, don't worry, wait for 10 days, 20 days to see who comes to the door, and you will know the reason, not to mention that Yang Daxai's injury will not be healed for a while, and I can't ask why. He thought that Yang Xiaoxie was so badly injured that he couldn't speak, so he said this. Hong Ying thought about it right. He got up and arched his hand. That subordinate has resigned, and these subordinates must strengthen their vigilance to prevent any incident. The castle lord waved his hand and said, Manager Hong, you can go. Don't work too hard, although the opponent is powerful. Our Filong Castle is not a fuel-efficient lamp, as long as you pay more attention. Hong Ying said, thank you for the castle master's care, your subordinates will take care of themselves. As he spoke, he walked out. The castle lord suddenly thought of something and raised his voice and said, Manager Hong, don't forget to be optimistic about Yang Daxai, but you can't treat him slowly. If there is any emergency in the future, we will also have an explanation. Wei Yuxuan thought that when the time came, he could also use the excuse of closing but not closing to prevaricate the opponent to show that he was a great benevolent person. Yes. Hong Ying gently closed the door and walked towards the front yard. When he arrived in the front yard, he immediately ordered him to go down to strictly guard Yang Xiaoxie, and take good care of him, and there should be no abuse. That's why the little evil has food, drink, and in prison. XXXXX. Yang Xiaoxie was bored and shouted in prison, "Jailer, where did you die?" There is a reason why people don't put something when they eat whole grains, but yelling like Xiao is a bit overdone. The jailer was instructed to treat the prisoner well, and did not dare to disobey the order, so he hurriedly ran inside with the night pot. The little evil shouted, "Fuck! Come so slowly, are you deliberately telling me to pull on the crotch of my pants?" The jailer was also not very happy and shouted, "Little watch! Don't forget that you are a prisoner, and if you are a prisoner, you have to be obedient, otherwise you will suffer and take it." He threw away the night pot and ignored Yang Xiaoxie. The little evil shouted, "Hey, I said uncle, you are really spirited, when you sneak out for me one day, I want to see if you are a spirit or a ghost." The jailer ignored him and walked away. Yang Xiaoxie shouted, "Hey, why are you walking so fast? Do you know that the cell door shook open?" As soon as the jailer heard this, he walked back to inspect and was about to inspect it, when he suddenly patted twice, and he had already slapped him twice. I heard the little evil shouting, "It's irresponsible, you should be beaten, you can go with confidence. I have already closed it for you, with you people waiting for me, I don't want to leave yet, haha." The little evil saw that the ghost had succeeded and laughed proudly.